Hey my lovely Willow Vibes tribe members, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a bonus reading for the sign of Scorpio. Hey my lovely Scorpios, I did a bonus reading for you guys already. We're on Wednesday, I did it on Monday, and I was going to post it Monday night or Tuesday, but when I rewatched it, I just wasn't feeling it. It got cut off towards the end, for one, which wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, I've pushed through shit like that before, but I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know if I wasn't vibing right or I just wasn't feeling it. So I might post that on Patreon just cause it might resonate with somebody, but I don't know. It didn't feel, that wasn't your bonus. This one will be, hopefully. But anyways, let's cleanse this energy, get some positive energy up in this bitch. I've been slacking off this week because I haven't been feeling the greatest. Yeah, this isn't lighting worth a shit today. My stomach's been all messed up, so I don't know if I have a stomach bug or if I got food poisoning. I'm leaning towards like a stomach bug. It had me down for the count on Sunday. I started feeling a little better Monday. Then it hit me yesterday. I was in bed all day yesterday, and it's still a little on the iffy side today. Keeping me up at night, you know, wonderful. But I've been just drinking water and trying not to eat anything too heavy, so hopefully it just kind of passes me by. But anyways, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. I really hope you do stay. So if I if my energy seems a little wonky or if I have to stop for a minute, it's because my stomach is just killing me. I've had a few people inquire about my new Oracle deck. I have 2 of them, and one of them obviously is with the free bracelets as a gift. And because I've been sick, I haven't mailed anything out yet, so I've got to try to do that this afternoon. If I can't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. I feel so behind. I really do. And I don't know if I'm saying that because some of you feel a little overwhelmed or like you just have a lot on your plate and it's like, I don't have time to be sick. I don't have time to take time for myself for this crap because I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do everything. And like over the weekend I was coloring hair and doing cuts and stuff because I have my hair license, so I was really busy with that, and I wanted to do it because not only does it help my friends out because it's cheaper than going to a salon, because I always give friends and family discounts anyways. It helped me out because, you know, I needed money. And so it put me behind with my channel and some uploads. And I felt good on Monday getting, you know, my weekly energy out and everything. And I was feeling like I was catching up, and then I got knocked back down with this stomach shit. But anyways, meditate and contemplate, new moon and Pisces. So I feel like whatever's going on for y'all, the answers are found within you. Some of you are dealing with spirit communication because I just posted that's what I was doing earlier. I went over to my friend's house and she had my sister come over to help her find a welding machine that was her husband's. Her husband passed away in December. It's Joe, the guy I always talk about. And they couldn't find it. They looked on the front porch. They looked in the back room. And I stood in the kitchen and I said, Joe, where's your welder? And he said it's on the front porch in the back corner. And when I tap in, it is a form of meditation. So when I got that answer, I told them. They didn't believe me, and then they found it. And it was a cool experience because it didn't just happen to me. There were other people around when that information came to me. So I kind of feel like if you are doing any spirit communication, especially if you're learning mediumship or honing your skills, no matter what they are, if they're just spiritual abilities, really meditate. And if you're finding it hard to meditate, because some people, do it on the regular, and practice does make perfect. It really does. Just practice, practice, practice. And we all receive information differently anyways, and the way that we meditate and how we connect is different as well. So there's no wrong way to meditate if you get my drift, as long as you can get centered and kind of I was gonna say re-solidify yourself. That's not what I mean. Um, like just gather your bearings. I don't know where I was going with that, but there's no wrong way to do it, and practice makes perfect. But for those of you who aren't very skilled in meditation, I was just explaining this to somebody because they wanted to try to talk to somebody on the other side, and we all have this capability, especially if we have like family or friendly ties to whoever's passed on, because you have a connection to that person through the life that you lived or shared together, and what, no matter how big or small that is. And right before you fall asleep is the best time to really get into that meditative state, because your body's naturally doing it, so you're not forcing it. Because sometimes through meditation, or when we're trying to meditate and we kind of, it's like, you know, I really don't have a lot of time, or this is taking too long, or you just got a lot on your mind, like you can't seem to clear the thoughts out, because that's the key to meditation, is clearing your mind and just kind of being a blank slate. Fall right when you're falling asleep, that the feeling when you know you're drifting off but you're still kind of awake, that's that meditative state. If you can hold that state of mind before you fall asleep, you can really tap in. And if you do it that way, it will, you'll get, your body will get more, I guess, in tune with doing it. So when you're awake and not falling asleep, you can put yourself in that state a lot easier. So I don't know if anyone's having issues with that. I just wanted to say it, whether you, because a lot of you are very skilled in meditation, but some of you just aren't. And that's totally fine. I wasn't always able to get into a meditative state relatively easily either. It does take time and practice, and that's what worked for me. And it gets you in that really deep, deep meditative state when you do it right before you fall asleep. And it also helps set you up for psychic dreams as well, or to receive more answers in your dreams. So if you're doing it right before you fall asleep, and then you you know, you have your little meditative session, whatever, and then you go to sleep, ask a question, like, when is my person gonna show up, or what do I need to know about my love life, or whatever the fuck your question is. You know, it could be like, when's money showing up, you know. And then go to sleep and tell your guides, your or spirit, whoever's around you, whoever you're talking to, tapping into, tell them to wake you up when you receive the answers. So you'll have a dream, and it should be very vivid, and then you'll be woken up in the middle of the night. Write that shit down, because that is your answer. I do that a lot because it's really hard. Even though I can read for others and I can read for myself, it's still difficult, because you know, we all have expectations. We all know what we want, and you know, we want this outcome, that outcome. So a lot of times, if you're reading for yourself or asking questions, it's harder to get the information, because we don't always trust it. Because, like, say for example, you're really in need of some cash, and you're asking yourself, like, are my finances, are they going to get better? Is this going to improve relatively soon? And you hear yes, like yes within the next 2 weeks, you're going to be like, yeah, right. You know, that's just because I need it. That's just because I want it. You're not going to trust in the information you're getting. Or if the answer is no, you're going to be like, well, what the hell? You know, I don't know. I just feel like we question it too much when it pertains to us. So the best time to get answers is through sleep. Or personal reading or anything like that. But when you're looking within yourself, you know, that little sweet spot right before you fall asleep is the best way to communicate, the best time to communicate. Communication is key. And I feel like this is not only communication with a lover, a love interest, friends, family, or just anyone around you. I kind of feel your love interest, I do feel like communication is coming in, and I did get that in the last reading that I did that I didn't post. But I also feel like this is communicating with your higher self, with your guides, just with you in general. Like, opening up the lines of communication with your spirit team. Because there are some of you out there, this is a very small group. I feel like you'd be aware if it is you, because you kind of are having a little bit of difficulty really tapping in. Which that meditation advice might really help you if that's the case. I feel like if you're having any difficulties tapping in, or you're questioning things like, is this really, You know, am I really receiving answers to my questions, or is this just my ego? I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying, yes, you're really receiving information. You are communicating with your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, your angels, whoever you're trying to reach out to. But there are some of you who they're trying to answer you, they're trying to connect to you, but you're blocked off. You don't have the lines of communication fully open like you think you do. For some of you, it could be due to having something unhealthy in your body. I don't know, I just heard that. So, I mean, that could be alcohol, that could be any substance. I mean, hell, you know, in some religions, or some people believe eating meat can, you know, cause problems. That's, you know, it's not healthy to have that in your body, which it is. It provides protein and whatever, so I wouldn't read too much into that. But if it has to do with your faith, then, you know, that's a personal experience for you. But I just feel like I'm unclean for some reason. So that could just be a small message for someone, especially if you're having a hard time tapping in. I feel like a mini detox, and I do this too, and it really does help. It's really weird how this shit works, but it works. And I don't know why I'm doing this instructional crap. Maybe some of you really want to hear this. Not all of you. I know some of you might be bored with this, but I feel like a mini detox, you know, 24 hours minimum, you know, where you're not really eating anything. It's just drink plenty of water, and maybe even chicken broth, you know, if you feel like you need to get the sodium and stuff in your system, or like Gatorade to replenish electrolytes. But try not to have much sustenance, you know, just water, and flush the system out. When I do it for about 3 days, but not everybody can go 3 days without eating, or eating minimally. So 24 hours is what I would say. And hell, even for some of you, 12 hours. And it will really help it will clean you out enough to clear your mind. And it's really weird how that works, but it does. So that could be a helpful tip for some of you as well. But I do feel like communication is coming in between you and your love interest. And then the end to a tough cycle approaches. So I feel like the wait is coming to a close. I just heard you're getting what you want. What you want, what you really, really want. I wanna stick and say, if you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. So do you not get along with your love interest friends? Do you have different groups of friends? I feel like some of you have mutual friends with this person, and there is somebody who needs to go bye-bye and has been causing problems between you and your love interest. I don't know if this person is more on your side or their side. I just heard it's more on their side. And it's someone that you know of, but you don't really talk to them. So when I say that this is a mutual friend between you and your love interest, it's just someone you know. You might have been friendly with them once upon a time, but I feel like you're really not. They're more friends. They're more friendly with your love interest, and they're chirping in your lover's ear, I'm just going to say. And they have some type of vendetta against you, so they are creating blocks. I feel like that person needs to hit the fucking bricks and go away. But some information is coming to light, possibly through communication, whether it's coming from you or it's about you. And your love interest is going to find something out about this problematic person and put an end to it. And I feel like that's going to provide forward movement in this connection between the two of you. And if it's not on their side, it could be on your side. Like I said, flip-flop, vice versa. If I say he, it could be she. If I say you, it could be them. You know, just sit down wherever you fit in. And if you don't fit in, stand the fuck up and get the hell out. Maybe next time. And then we have don't let your past hold you back. And I was just talking about this person, this mutual friend is someone you've known for a while, and they could have ties to an ex of yours or an ex of your love interest. I just feel like if it's not on your side, it's on your love interest side. And there's someone from the past that both of you know that is problematic in keeping the two of you apart. They have been for a while. You could have found this information out through meditation, through a tarot reading, whether it was watched on YouTube or you had a personal reading or you did a reading yourself. I feel like Spirit gave you this information. You were communicating with the other side in some way, shape, or form, whether you realized that's what you were doing or not, or your person was, and that is how you found out about this individual. Because it is one person. There are some other people that aren't the healthiest around the two of you, I feel like, but that's more individually. But there's one person that is blocking you and this person from coming together. And Spirit is saying, don't let this motherfucker stop you. Don't let this person come between you and your happiness, between you and your person. And if you're not allowing someone to come between you and your love interest, then your person needs to stop being so influenced by the opinions of others, basically, is what I'm kind of getting with this. But I feel like somebody's waking up like, why am I listening to you? Your life is bullshit, you know? You don't really have the best advice. You don't take your own advice. That's for damn sure. Like, why should I take your advice if you won't take your advice, you know? Bring love into the situation, and I kind of feel like that is what is headed your way, Scorpio. I don't know, your dreams need a practical plan. A lot of you are very focused or hyper focused on yourselves, which is beautiful, you know, self-love, getting your shit together, staying on track, getting on track and staying on track, no matter what that track is to you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with, I just heard side hustle in my head, so it might have to do with, you know, projects on the side, you know, to earn a little extra money, you know, it could be craft related. I just heard music, so there could be music ties, you know, that's a muse also, and music can help you get in a meditative state. And you know what I'm picturing for some of you, which is a perfect way to release, especially negative energy, but just to let go of energy that doesn't belong, that doesn't need to be stuck to you, because we can absorb energy from others all the time without realizing it, and that can weigh us down. What I'm picturing is, and this is very meditative as well, put on some music that makes you think of your love interest or that makes you really happy, and blast that fucking shit, you know, get it going, and have the house be a rockin', and then get out, especially if you like to paint, and even if you don't like to paint, you might find a sense of peace in doing this, but you might find a hidden talent that you didn't know you had. Get a canvas, just a few colors, and listen to the music, and whatever pops in your head, paint it. Because I feel like Spirit might communicate with you that way as well. I feel like for some of you, you already do that, but for others of you, that would be something really great to try. I kind of feel like art, there's something to do with crafts, making things, working with your hands, that you and your love interest would enjoy doing together. I don't know, this is a very different connection than anything you've been in before, and I feel like somebody's waking up to it. Just don't let the past hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Not everybody is the same. So if you've dealt with narcissistic people, you've fallen victim to that bullshit in the past. This person isn't that way. You're not that way. So I feel like don't put your love interest into that same category, even if you see a trait, because we all have narcissistic traits from time to time, because humans are selfish. No matter how generous and kind you are, we all are selfish to a degree at some point in our life. Nobody's perfect. So if you see a small trait and then that's the only thing you see, don't automatically classify somebody as a narcissist. I feel like some of you might do that, or your person might. And it's coming from a place of fear. But I do feel like you guys want to bring love into this situation. It's like, I want to get out of the friend zone. How do I do this? I just heard take a practical approach. I feel like be smart about it. But taking a practical approach is realizing that they're human too. That this isn't the movies, that this isn't somebody writing a script and having actors and actresses, you know, act a scene out. This is real life, and real life is messy, and it never goes according to plan. So be prepared for the unknown. Like, you can't, how can you plan something out if you don't know what the outcome is going to be? And we never know what the outcome is going to be. So kind of, I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying just go with the flow, and be practical about things, you know. Don't put expectations on this person or on the situation or on the connection. Just see where it takes you. Where is love going to take you? And it might take you to a messy place from time to time, and that's okay, because that's where lessons are, you know. I don't know why the hell that's coming up, but I feel all philosophical for some reason. Broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. With communication is key. I don't know what you're wishing for, but let's see, because these came out together. Scales. Keep your life in balance. What wish will not be granted? Keep your life in balance. This is like keep yourself in check, because I was talking a lot about meditating and getting answers and, you know, being balanced within the self. You know, balancing your work life, your love life, just your life in general. Like, not, because I feel like some of you can be workaholic. It's like workaholic type energy, whether it's on your side or their side. So it's like hyper focused on one thing, but kind of neglecting other areas of your life, or that's how your person is or has been up until this point. I feel like this is Spirit saying, you know, things haven't come together for the two of you. Your wish hasn't been granted up until this point because things weren't balanced. Either you were not centered yourself or your love interest wasn't, because I kind of feel like someone just wasn't making time for you, or you weren't making time for them. I feel like they weren't making it for you. They were just all work and no play is what I feel. And when they were playing, they were really playing around, and it was nothing serious is what I'm feeling. I feel like communication wasn't balanced either. Like, it was very one-sided. I'm feeling like you would do most of the talking and most of the initiating, and this person wouldn't. It was kind of flaky energy is what I'm feeling. So I feel very discouraged with this card. Like, I've been hoping, wishing, and praying for this motherfucker to say hi to me, to talk to me, to get this off the ground, to change the dynamic, and it hasn't happened. Like, what the hell? So I kind of feel like someone might bring that up. And maybe it does need to be discussed, but for some of you, not all of you, especially when this person does talk to you. Is Scorpio going to have to reach out? No, they're going to approach you, but I feel like the timing was off. So your wish will be granted. It just hasn't been granted yet because I feel like there was just too much chaos external to you guys. Like, there were things that you needed to handle in your life, things that this person needed to handle in their life, and it wasn't being dealt with, is what I'm feeling. I just feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much going on. I have no time for love, is what I feel. And you might find this out, or you already did find this out. But I do feel like communication is going to come in, and that's a tough cycle that's ending, is I'm no longer listening to the opinions of others, you know, and I do want to make time for love. I want to make time for you. So I almost feel like right when you give up is when the communication comes in, because I feel like a lot of you are right at that point of going, I can't do this anymore. I'm just washing my hands of this. Like, I'm moving on. And that's when this person's like, okay, I'm going to bring love into the situation now. And also, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let whatever happened between you and this person, like how flaky the communication was, how things didn't get off the ground, how if you have any disdain towards them whatsoever, don't let that hold this connection back, because we all have to cycle through bullshit at some point in our life, and I feel like there was a lot holding this person back, and there were things holding you back too, and I feel like during this separation, during this disconnect, whatever, the non-communication, when your wishes weren't being granted, I feel like a lot of work was being done. I feel like it pushed you into a healthier direction, and that's what it's doing for this person too. So even though it sucks, it's beneficial, if that makes sense. And we have Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. Exactly. With the wishes, it's like, oh, I wish you were here. Oh, my wishes aren't being granted because work needed to be done. It's exactly what I said. And whoever was being stubborn is not being stubborn anymore. I feel like you're dealing with somebody, potentially an earth sign. It could be a Taurus or a Virgo or even a Capricorn. There's Aries energy here too. But regardless of the signs, I feel like when one door closes, another opens. So someone is going to let their walls down. They're no longer going to be combative when it comes to love or when it comes to loving you. I kind of feel like I was afraid to love because of my past. I was letting, my past hold me back, and we can't allow that anymore. So I feel like somebody's closing the door on outdated people, places, and things in their life. Whoever the stubborn person was, whoever was pushing you away, is really cleaning house. And I feel like that's why a new cycle is going to begin between the two of you. And I feel like now is the time. So we're getting out of the friend zone and we're bringing love into this situation. So your wishes are going to be granted because you put the work in. For those of you who have. And your person has too. And I feel like you don't even know how much work this person has put in to themselves in order to get to this place in their life. Don't let your past hold you back. Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Okay, so don't let your past hold you back, and you should accept valid criticism. I feel like this person or you, whoever the past people are in your life and your person, your love interest life, I feel like these people are very critical of y'all. Not even you guys together, individually. Like, I also feel like you guys are critical of yourselves. It's like I don't want to listen to the advice or opinions of others. This is for you, Scorpio, because I am my own worst enemy. I will pick my work apart more than anyone else in the world would ever pick it apart. Like, I am the critic here. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody who, even though you don't always think that you aren't open or receptive to advice or the input of others, you're really not. You're kind of blocked off to it. Like, oh, I welcome corrective criticism. If you tell me if I'm doing something wrong, but the second somebody does, you're like, no, bitch, I'm doing it right. Like, you might not say that, but in your head, I kind of feel like, yeah, tell me whatever you want, but I'm just not even going to listen. And if that's not you, it could be your love interest, or that's how you guys were handling things in the past and nothing was really moving forward. And I kind of feel like you were getting frustrated with whoever this person is to you because you might have been giving them advice to help them get out of a shitty situation, to help them better their life, to help them move forward. And they weren't having it. They weren't listening. They were like, nope, they were staying stuck in the past. But they were only ignoring your advice, even though it was good advice, because that's kind of what you do. And I feel like maybe this interaction, or the fact that they really weren't taking your advice, no matter how grand it was, it made you realize that you kind of do the same thing. So I feel like within some self-reflection and opening up to what others have to say, and at least listening to what other people have to say. You don't always have to take their advice, but being more receptive and more open is making this person do the same thing. So now we're not going to let the past hold us back, is what I'm feeling. They're realizing you were right with whatever advice you gave this person, but they had to come to their own conclusions, is what I'm feeling. Like, you're dealing with somebody who's like, you will not tell me what to do. They're stubborn. Like, no, nobody tells me what to do. Like, you might have good advice, but I have better advice. Like, I feel like there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of pride within this person, and that's something that they're working through, which is why we're bringing love back into this situation. It says bringing love into the situation, but I feel like we're bringing it back into it because I kind of feel like you started off in a very loving way and then you had to pull your love back because it wasn't going anywhere. You didn't get your wish. This person turned you down. It wasn't a balanced connection because they were stuck in the past. This person could have been in a karmic situation. They could have been in a commitment. They could be going through a divorce or separation of some kind now, or they just went through that. But regardless, even if they were completely single, they were still tied. They had a broken heart tied to a past person that they hadn't resolved that issue, and they were too prideful to face it, is what I'm feeling. So, let's see. I'm going to get you a Mouthy Bastards couple edition card for overall, and then I'm just going to get a little bit more information on what is going on between the two of you, maybe what you can expect, because I kind of feel like this is overall energy. Like, you know, communication sucked between the two of you. It really did. It was very inconsistent. I feel like you had to initiate a lot of the times, and it's like, I don't want to have to start the conversation every time. I want to feel wanted too, so I want you to start it. You know, I want you to come and talk to me sometimes too. It just wasn't balanced, and I feel like I'm just not, this is not what I was wishing for. This is not the connection I wanted. Yeah, you're the person I want, but you're not delivering. Your delivery sucks, you know, is what I'm feeling. So I feel like, wish not granted, I gotta pull away. But that cycle is coming to an end, because I feel like through this disconnect, this person's really had to get in touch with themselves, and they're really feeling your absence, is what I'm feeling. Like, now they're planning a new beginning with you. Like, how do I move this forward? Because they're not going to let their past hold them back anymore. Deal with your drama. Handle ex's old hurts and unresolved shit. That's exactly what needed to be handled here, either on your side or their side, or both sides. For some of you, both of you have some lingering past bullshit that was holding the two of you back in many areas of your life. But I kind of feel like whoever the stubborn person is, and I feel like it is your love interest. Like I said, for some it could be Scorpio, but for the sake of my sanity, we're going to say it's the other person, because I'm feeling it more on their end than I am on yours, and that way I don't get confused. But I feel like, yeah, they had a lot of shit going on. They were listening to the opinions of others, and they were shitty opinions, is what I'm feeling. I feel like they were taking bad advice, and all it was doing was confusing them and holding them back and keeping them stuck in time. Like, I feel like I'm in a time warp. There's no forward movement whatsoever in this connection or in this person's life. Yeah, some changes might be happening to this person. Maybe they got a new job, and I feel like if they did, I feel like they actually took your advice. You kind of pushed this person in a better direction. I feel like they're seeing that, because you're not there to guide them. You're not there to help them. You're not there to even show them an ounce of love anymore, and they're really feeling the disconnect, and that's what is bringing them back. They know that they need to bring love back into the situation, because they weren't fair before. But I feel like I'm having a hard time initiating this, because I feel like a jackass, is what I feel. There's still a little bit of lingering drama going on, so maybe that needs to be fully cleared up before this person completely slams the door on the past. So just be aware of that. But I feel like any major blockages between the two of you is coming to a close. And then you think you got them all figured out. You don't. You don't, because this person actually has feels for you. And I feel like you felt like it was a lost cause, or you were starting to feel that way. At least, I almost feel like off and on I'm feeling that way. Like, I should give up. No, I shouldn't. Yes, I should. No, I shouldn't. You know, I feel like you've kept everything to yourself as well. I love being criticized, said no one ever. But I do feel like you were very loving, and you were keeping your criticisms to yourself. So anytime this person pissed you off, I feel like you shut your mouth. I almost feel like there were times you wanted to chew them out. Like, why don't you talk to me? Like, I just need to know. And I feel like I'm typing something out, like, go fuck yourself message. And then I'm deleting it. Like, okay, I need to think that one through. I'm going to keep this shit to myself, because I don't want someone to talk to me that way. So I kind of feel like there's a lot of unspoken things between the two of you, because they were just irritating you, because they weren't providing you with clarity, is what I'm feeling. But that clarity is coming in. They just had to deal with their drama, and you don't have them figured out 100%. I feel like you do know this person quite well. I feel like you can read them like a book, but there are some chapters that you are unaware of. And a lot of it has to do with their past and why this wasn't moving forward. And I do feel like this person is going to bring that to your attention. So you're going to know, but don't think that you have them pegged, because there are a few things that nobody knows about them. But they want to share it with you, is what I'm feeling. So let's see. Can I get a little bit more on this communication? Communication is key. Judgment, strength, Leo, the Hanged Man, the Fool, and Death. Of course, there's death. There you are, Scorpio. You always pop on up in your own readings. I feel like somebody has been stuck in their head. I feel like I'm stuck in time, in the time warp, like I said. Like, trying to figure things out. Like, do I stay with this person or do I move on with Scorpio? Do I, like, how do I even clean up the mess I made is what I feel. I feel very stuck. A new beginning here. Taking a risk to end one thing to have that. It's like ending one thing to start something new. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like that's kind of in the middle with the end of a tough cycle. We're ending this tough cycle because we want this new beginning. Okay, so that's what that is. I feel like a decision has already been made to move forward, just nobody has actually taken action on it. So all mentally, in the headspace, heart space, I want to balance things out with you, Scorpio, is what I'm feeling. I choose you. I feel like you choose each other. I feel like neither one of you are telling each other this, though. There could be Leo energy in here, Aries, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like I'm trying to gain up the strength and courage to have a new beginning with you, to start over, to start fresh. But I fear that you don't want to because I waited too long. So whoever's coming towards you, they're trying to look at things from your perspective instead of their own. They're trying to look at it from a broader viewpoint and not a selfish one, because I feel like this person was very stubborn and selfish before. Like, they were only looking at connections, or really anything, any type of relationship, romantically, friendship-wise, or with family members. They always looked at it from their own perspective, their own point of view. What am I going to gain from this? Why should I even talk to you? You know what I mean? Like, why are you in my life? How are you going to benefit me? And now they're seeing that was the wrong approach, because you're not in their life anymore. I feel like you ended it. You're like, well, if you don't want to move forward, if you want to take a leap of faith with me, and get the ball moving, if you want to stay stuck and just, go round and round and round with a karmic or in a past situation or whatever, that's fine. That's your choice. That's your life. It sucks. I wish that, you were here with me, but I can't sit around and wait for you, is what I feel. And the second you got up and was like, I'm walking out the door, now this person is like, okay, shit. It was a wake-up call for them, is what I'm feeling. Scorpio left the building because of my stubborn ass, is what I'm feeling. Like, I held back too much. I feel like this person is watching tarot and they don't normally do that. I feel like they're trying to get in touch with themselves and they're doing a lot of meditating, which is probably why I was explaining an easy way to meditate, because I kind of feel like this person doesn't do that, and that's probably why I was saying that. Because they're trying to figure you out. They're trying to figure out this connection because they can't understand what's so different here. Like, I didn't care before, and if somebody else walked out of my life, it was like, no big deal, whatever, I'll move on. I don't care. But you did something different. You triggered something within them, and I feel like you changed their whole life around, because this person has been kind of stagnant for quite a while, and you were the one that helped initiate the end to that cycle. So you really don't even realize, like, you played a very significant role in this person's life, whether you end up together or not. And I feel like you will, because this person has love for you, and they just don't know how to tell you that because they feel like you're too far gone, or they screwed up too much. We have the Queen of Skies, the Queen of Swords. They might fear your wrath, you know, because she wants the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I feel like this person is only ready to share some truth with you, not all of it, which is fine. Baby steps, you know. And that's progress, because I feel like this person keeps everything to themselves. So when they actually come in and communicate even a little bit with you, you're going to be like, wow, like this is a massive change. And it is. We have the Knight of Skies. They're coming in really quick to tell you something. They really, really miss you. Yeah, because you walked away. The Eight of Oceans. You walked away. The Eight of Swords, the Eight of Skies. Because it's like I can't continue to think about this. Like I can't stress about you or us anymore. This person cannot stop thinking about you. They miss your attention. Because that's the Six of Wands right there. They're very burdened by the fact that you took your time and attention away from them, is what I feel like. They're really sad without you, and I feel like I need to come in now. I need to end this stubborn, stuck cycle. The Knight of Oceans, which is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, they're flying in really quick with an emotional offer. And I feel like this is going to catch you off guard. Like, because they did not bring love into the situation at all, is what I feel. I mean, if they did, it was very, very minute, very minimal for whoever this is going to resonate with. And it's like your prayers are being answered. Because that's like the Magician. You have all the tools you need to move forward, to move past issues. This is what you want. This is your wish fulfillment with the Nine of Oceans. Your wishes are coming true, like I said. The Balance, the Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles, the equal give and take, which we have at the very beginning. You know, the communication wasn't fair, it wasn't balanced. You were giving way too much and they weren't giving enough. Now we have the King of Skies with the Queen of Skies. So there's counterparts, and that showed up in the other bonus Scorpio reading I did that I didn't post. So maybe I will post that somewhere, but I just wasn't feeling it then. There's a realization here. This is planning, plotting, and planning, no matter what your zodiac sign is. So I kind of feel like I can't stand not talking to you. I need to bring in some type of communication. So someone's going to come towards you. Your love interest is coming towards you to share some type of news with you. It's not going to be anything huge, but it's going to be a step in the right direction, because there's emotion tied to this communication, this conversation. Somebody might just share what they've been going through. You triggered them in some way, shape, or form. So it's the step in the right direction. It's not like professing their undying love for you, but I do feel like they're going to fill